Hey guys, welcome back to Closet MTG, and today guys we got another EDH deck tech, except this time it's an update video guys. We're gonna do an update video to Wilhelt the RotCleaver guys. So for those who do not know who Wilhelt is, let me share with you guys and give a brief overview of my deck list. Then also we'll go through some of the changes and so forth that I've made and talk about some gameplay. That being said, guys, Wilhelt the RotCleaver. Who is he? Wilhelt, he's a zombie warrior, and he's awesome. What he does, well, first off, a legendary creature, 3/3, 4-drop. Whenever another zombie creature you control dies, if it didn't have Decayed, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token with Decayed. What that means is Decayed essentially is when that zombie attacks, you have to sacrifice it at the end of combat. So it's like a one-off zombie essentially. Can't block either. Beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice a zombie. If you do, draw a card. So it's the ability to create creature tokens, sack them, and draw cards. That's the theme of the deck, aside from just the zombie theme, and just playing fun cards, guys. Wilhelt engine is awesome when it is online. That being said, guys, we have, go through the lands real quick. Just gonna do this real quick, guys, so you can definitely check out my original little deck list in the description, but also my original deck tech on this deck, where I talk through all the cards and synergies and so forth. So I got some pretty powerful dual lands and non-basic lands. Then we hit our basic lands. We have 3 islands, a bunch of swamps for our basics. In terms of our artifacts, we have 4 artifacts, guys. Definitely making some changes to that, so you'll see in a moment. Enchantments, we ended up with, how many enchantments? We're at 9 enchantments in this build, guys. 2 of which are here, the other which I'll be getting to in a minute. We have 8 sorceries and 4 instants. Just again on theme, fun cards to play, from Rise of the Dark Realms with the Liliana theme to, Army of the Damned, creating 13 black tap zombies. It's always a fun card to play. Intuition, we'll lead our 4 instants, guys. I'd say these 3 are more relevant. Intuition was just a card I've yet to play with, and it does support the zombie theme and the graveyard theme, which recursion is definitely an option in this deck. There's a few cards that put recursion online, so keeping intuition in it for now. Definitely it's not necessarily needed though. Planeswalkers, we have our 3 lilies. So Death, Majesty, Dreadhorde, and Last Hope. And then all of our creatures, which there's a buttload, 37 creatures, guys, from Grave Titans, Sidisi. I mean, we pretty much got it all, guys. Again, check out the deck list in the description, guys, with the complete updated list. That being said, guys, so a little bit about the gameplay. So guys, I did get a bunch of games in 2 weekends ago. It was so much fun to get this guy's engine online. One thing I've realized is you definitely need to ensure that there's enough cards in your deck that are where you're constantly able to create creature tokens. Because, I mean, his end step sack a zombie, draw a card, I mean, it makes the deck so much more fun to play. Because you can play, I mean, how do you play Magic? You have enough mana and you can draw cards. And if you can continue to do that, right, continue to play spells, you're just having fun. So it's just that was one of the major takeaways from I think I had 4 games that I played, 2 of which I won. And from that, again, the ability to create creature tokens is so important, or just creatures in general to be used as Wilhelt, with the Wilhelt's second ability as a sack outlet to continue to replenish your hand. So that being said, so I felt that the deck list alone, with the creatures and so forth, and from the instants and sorceries, there was enough in the deck to be able to continue to create creature tokens. So I thought the more important thing was making sure that mana wasn't an issue. I didn't face too many mana issues, but that didn't stop me from wanting to make some updates to better improve upon our mana curve and so forth, and just like our mana options in general. So the 2 changes that I made, or 3 changes actually, we'll just go through 2 now. Taking out 2 basic lands, and we're going to add a Prismatic Vista to shorten our deck and fill our graveyard, and also Cavern of Souls, which is pretty much a shoo-in in any tribal deck. I know when I first made this deck, guys, and the last 2 decks I've made, I wanted to make powered down versions of some of an EDH deck. I know I could probably push it to the next level, and not that I'm pushing it to the next level now by adding Cavern of Souls, but the deck was so much fun to play with in this version. I feel like just giving it a couple bumps here and there isn't going to push it over the top. That being said, guys, we're taking out 2 basics for Prismatic Vista and Cavern of Souls. In terms of the other mana fixing, I did want to add back in Talisman of Dominance from the original Precon. I wanted to add another mana rock, guys. There was like 1 or 2 instances where in 2 of the 4 games I played where I did miss a land drop, and I did have to wait a turn to be able to play something, unfortunately. So by having some better lands and also Talisman of Dominance, I thought that would be a good upgrade. That being said, that does come at a sacrifice of I think a fun card to play. For whatever reason, I just thought it was a little too slow. That's Havengul Runebinder. What he does is he's a 2-drop. He's not a zombie. He's a 4-drop 2/2. You can pay 3, exile a creature card from your graveyard, and create a 2/2 black zombie. So you are creating creature tokens, and then you put a 1/1 counter on each zombie creature you control, which is really powerful. Very powerful. I just thought, guys, it was too slow, and I always wanted to do something else. So, I mean, give me some crap in the comment section, guys, if this is a dumb mistake, but I decided to take out Havengul for Talisman of Dominance. Some great feedback that I got from a commenter or subscriber is how to get rid of the Butcher of Malakar situation and replace it with a better card. And again, some great feedback that I got from my subscribers. Dictate of Erebos. So we're going to replace Dictate of Erebos, which is essentially Butcher Malakar's ability, right? Whenever a Butcher Malakar dies, you can try each opponent sacrifice a creature. Dictate, it's two mana less. It's not that Butcher Malakar is not on the vampire theme, but it's zombie theme. But let's face it, he's not a zombie. The mana curve you still have to pay 2 black of each. And Dictate of Erebos, it's flash, right? You can sneak this in when your opponents least expect it. Next thing you know, it's essentially like a board wipe, right? Whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent sacrifices a creature, and if it can easily get into a recursive theme where the entire board is wiped. So having Dictate is definitely good in a pinch for instant speed. And also, it allows me to remove a big creature, which again really didn't fit the theme of the deck, I thought. So Butcher's out, Dictate's in. Another great feedback that I got from a subscriber is adding in another Lord, right? And I completely forgot about Bladestitch Skaab, guys. I think this card definitely should have a slot in the deck. Since we are creating a lot of tokens, just being able to pump them and so forth and deal that extra one point of damage. But again, what are we sacrificing in order to include this card in the deck? Well, Poppet Stitcher, guys. I just felt there was not enough instants and sorceries to really get this guy online. And again, for what he does, guys, again, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you can create a 2/2 black zombie token with Decayed, and then you can flip him if you have 3 or more creature tokens, and essentially all your tokens become 3/3 creatures, essentially. Which, again, it's powerful, but I just felt there was not enough support for it, so that was an obvious replacement. Last replacement, guys. So Bridge from Below, I just felt like, it was really cool to have on theme, but it just didn't give me enough value. It's pretty much just like an empty card, I thought, in my deck. So Bridge from Below, it's out. For those who don't know what it does, essentially whenever a non-token creature is put in a graveyard from play, you can create a 2/2 black creature token. put it into play. And then whenever a creature is put into an opponent's graveyard from play, if Bridge from Below is in your graveyard, you can remove it from the game. So essentially, if it's in your graveyard and your opponents are and you're losing creatures, then I mean it's has the ability to create creature tokens. But I just felt like it did not have enough value for me. So the card we're going to replace it with, guys, I actually unfortunately do not have the card. I thought I had it in my possession, but I do not. And that is Grave Pact. So again, it sort of stacks. I mean, some great feedback I got from a subscriber, guys. Dictate Variables and Grave Pact, and that they stack together. And yeah, so what Grave Pact does essentially, it's a 4-drop enchantment, 3 black and a colorless. And essentially, whenever you sack a creature, every opponent has to sack a creature. So it supports the sack theme. And remember, guys, when you're sacking at your end step, right, to draw a card, all your opponents have to sack. So it really puts your opponents in a tough spot. It really makes them have to deal with Wilhelt. Again, sorry guys, I do not have this card. It's on the way, so it will be. And if I ever make another EDH deck update, you'll be able to see it, guys. But it will be in the deck list. So in the end, guys, in terms of our the breakdown, we still have 3 Planeswalkers. We have the 8 sorceries in total. We have the 37 creatures in total. Still 4 instants, 9 enchantments, 33 lands, 4 artifacts, and obviously, or actually, 5 artifacts when all said and done, and obviously our commander. So, but guys, I really think that this, I mean, aside from maybe taking out Havengul, which was the last decision I made, I think overall, like, this is how the deck is going to be for a while, guys. Again, I had so much fun. I really didn't want to make too many changes to it. Really, the important takeaways, again, guys, for those who are still listening, is keeping this guy's engine online, being able to create creature tokens, which I feel like the deck has enough ability to do that with Wilhelt. Being able to mess with your opponent's board states and dictate a Variables and Grave Pact. I feel like I just didn't have enough removal, even though there are some one-sided board wipes and so forth, and we do have Cyclonic Rift and so forth. I just felt like I wasn't getting as much value as I potentially could get out of Wilhelt with the sack ability. So that was cool. And then the land issues, guys. I did. It was just 2 land drops that I missed, or mana drops that I missed. So I wanted to do some revisions to that. Not a whole lot though, because again, it only happened in 2 of the 4 games where I had that issue. And then adding another Anthem effect with Blade Stitch Scab, and Poppet Stitcher, which is a card I just didn't think really fit the theme of the deck. So that being said, guys, really hope you enjoyed this video. Try to keep it, again, under 15 minutes, guys. Hope somebody can get some fun gameplay with this deck. I know this commander specifically is a very popular commander, so I hope somebody sees this and, yeah, has some fun. That being said, guys, as always, please like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and we will catch you soon for the next MTG content-related video. Take care, everyone.